This is episode 84 of Family Life Mornings, a morning radio show hosted by Steve, Therese, and Randy on Family Life, a network of stations across New York and Pennsylvania. You never know what we're going to be cooking up.
Homemade bacon cheddar mashed potatoes on the bottom, and then a layer of corn, and then a layer of barbecue chicken on top of that, and then a layer of homemade mac and cheese on top of that.
That recipe and more moments from this week coming up.
Hope you don't mind that we started the show without you. We just couldn't wait.
Family Life Mornings with Steve, Therese, and Randy.
In the past year, I think it's safe to say we've all gotten a little more casual. You know, you don't really know. Everybody's wearing their sweatpants on those video chats that you're doing, right?
That's true.
But can you wear them out in public? You know, already I think people were starting to get more casual. And then when the pandemic hit, we got really casual. Mm-hmm. And so there are official rules to sweatpants, whether or not you can wear them in public, like outside of the gym. Yeah. Okay, so here is the guide to sweatpant use. You can wear them to the movie theater. That's fine. So if you decide you want to go see a movie, you're sitting in the dark, sweatpants. Okay. You're not supposed to wear them anywhere that serves a full meal. Okay. And outside of that, outside of that 30-minute rule. So if you're just running into the grocery store to get a couple things, that's fine. If you're doing all of your shopping.
You know, I wore my sweatpants to the grocery store the other night. And when I got home, I saw myself in the mirror and I thought, I looked terrible. It just looks not good. So I said, okay, I'm not wearing sweatpants to the grocery store anymore.
Right. I mean, if you're going really fast, though, nobody's going to see you long enough to say, he doesn't look very good, you know.
They don't need a request to be your friend. They already are. Steve, Therese, and Randy on Family Life, a friend you can turn to.
Jake is a music teacher, and he is also a member of the National Guard. And last week, Jake was called to the nation's capital to help protect D.C. for anything that could have happened. Fortunately, nothing did. But while he was there, his classes continued, so he had to keep right on teaching his music class. So Jake, dressed in his National Guard uniform, taught his students remotely from his Humvee. Now, if you're going to teach a music class remotely, I really can't think of a better place to do it than in a Humvee. Good job, Jake.
Fun conversation, good music, and something to think about. Family Life Mornings.
It's right there. It's in front of you. It's been in front of you the whole time, ever since you were born. It's been right there, right in front of you, and still, you've never really seen it. I mean, you've seen it in photos. You've seen it in your reflection. But you've never really seen your face, right?
Yeah.
Right. And God gave us that face. I mean, it's right in front of us all the time, but it's not for us. It's so that we can shine for the rest of the world.
If it's too early for you to start thinking about real life, it's okay. You can hang out with us as long as you want.
This is Family Life Mornings.
When you hear the term potluck, we kind of all know what that means. However, that's not what it initially meant. When the term potluck was first used, it referred to someone who was showing up late to the meal, and they relied on the luck of the pot, so to speak, hoping there was still some food in the pot, number one, and secondly, hoping it was something that they would like to eat. Well, now potluck means, lots of food and plenty of variety. Yeah. So kind of the opposite of what it originally meant. But when you go to a potluck meal, you have to make this dish to pass.
Yes.
What is your go-to dish?
Things like mac and cheese and sweet and sour meatballs. And Teresa in Falls Creek says her meatloaf is like legendary, which is cool. But Adrian in Bath, this was me for a lot of years. When she has to go to a dish to pass or something like that, she always brings a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos. Nobody ever takes home leftover Doritos, right?
Josh from New Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Picnic casserole. I put a layer of homemade bacon cheddar mashed potatoes on the bottom, and then a layer of corn, and then a layer of barbecued chicken on top of that, and then a layer of homemade mac and cheese on top of that, and bake it.
Alan from Canton, Pennsylvania. It is tot casserole. Can't go wrong with that.
Wait, tot like tater tots?
Some sort of ground meat, ground beef, ground chicken. Well, the tater tots are usually the top. Sometimes you can fancy it up with some cheese, but...
You're waking up with the show that keeps it clean for you and your kids. Family Life Mornings.
All right, there's this one thing that you can do that's going to help you think better at work because it helps improve your blood flow. It helps your brain function. It increases your productivity. I mean, this one thing that you can do right in the middle of the workday, they say, exercise, which isn't like the most convenient thing. Most people, you might work out before work or work out after work. They say, nope, do it like right in the middle of the day. Basically, even as grown-ups, we need recess.
Thanks for making us a part of your day. We're a friend you can turn to. Family Life.
Okay, I admit, sometimes I have conversations with our smart speaker. Like I'll tell her to put something on the shopping list, and she'll tell me that she does. And I say, thank you. It's like the nice thing to do, right? Or if I ask for the weather and she tells me, I'll say thank you. I mean, I don't have like long conversations with our smart speaker, but it makes sense, because I say something, she says something, I say something. I just read that about half of Americans actually have conversations with this piece of electronic equipment, and it has me baffled. It's the ATM. Like the money machine at the bank. Like it doesn't even talk to you. You put in your card, you do the number, it gives you the money. What do you even say to the ATM, right? Like, because I would be like, I said 20s. No, I don't know. Give me more.
Hey, can you hand me maybe a 10 spot more? Yeah.
Right.
God gives us each new morning. We give you the encouragement to get through it. This is Family Life.
Well, we already have lab-grown meat, but now we have lab-grown wood. Scientists have grown wood using plant cells, and they, in fact, believe in the near future they will be able to tune this wood into whatever shape they want. And if you think about the ramifications of this, it's going to save thousands and thousands of trees. So you can keep the forest where it's at instead of cutting down all those trees. It'll save several years of waiting for a tree to grow to where it's big enough to get the wood. And you could actually grow yourself a table. You wouldn't have to put it together. I mean, it would just grow up to be a table or any item of furniture you want.
It is going to require a modification in the tongue twister, though.
Oh.
So it would be, how much wood would a lab chuck grow if a lab chuck could grow? I don't know. I'm just thinking that we might want to change the tongue twister just a little bit.
We hope the rest of your day is just as much fun as this.
Family Life Mornings with Steve, Therese, and Randy.
Math. It's hard, and it's not your imagination. It has gotten harder. A lot of parents have been having to help their kids with way more homework than they used to because of the pandemic, and more parents hopeless when it comes to math homework, and that's a big deal. Most of us say we don't remember it being this hard when we were in school, and the reality is, well, maybe it was, but we had that rainbow kitten trapper keeper to do our homework in. And it made it a little bit easier, right?
Steve, Therese, and Randy. Because you can never have enough friends. We're Family Life, a friend you can turn to.